Aloha everyone. This past weekend was super busy for me and I only got one Apex game in. This also means I'm very short of making the playoffs, but I guess it cannot be helped. I did however have the Apex Arena itch and decided to try my luck in casual Apex these past few days. To my surprise, lots of top 100 players are trying out their brand new toys, aka 6-star Hildas. So I was able to get a few games in. Now today's topic is called Whalefishing, if that's even a word. That's because all the players I face are whales with Echo of Light skins, plus the characters are 6 stars compared to my 4 or 5. So the difference in power level, it's very intimidating. Now, as I have mentioned in the past, if you want to get better, you need to play people better than you. I had to lose and learn from my mistakes to improve. Now, I will feature 3 games today. The first 2 are actually with the same player, so I can show how I learned from my mistakes. The last one is one of the weirdest pick ban I ever had this season, and you will see why. Now, before I jump into the games, I do want to show that, hey, you know, with the Heart's Desire selection pack is actually, you can either pick Elwyn or Sigma, which is kind of nice. So I initially I thought it was just Sigma. However, since I already have Elwyn, I did not need Sigma. So I spent a whole lot of 0 crystals and got my free 200 gold. Yay! Unfortunately, my Sigma is 3 stars and I have 0 interest in building him. So it will be a skip for me. Now on to the games that I wanted to share. So let's see here. Here we go. So the first 2 games are with Maebari. If I understand correctly, it is Japanese and it could be something kinky. Maybe not. Some of my friends asked me, "See, you speak Japanese?" Hai, Nihongo hanashimasu yo. Pera pera desu. And if you understood that, then you know what's up. Anyways, the first game I got crushed, and it is due to pick ban. So let's take a look. So because it's casual Apex, you right away you are able to see your opponent, who they are. So I was trying to get smart and trying to ban all the healers first, and I think that was a huge mistake. Got Hilda ban, pick juggler. I gave him Hilda, which was the biggest mistake because everybody in there. So yeah, so that's the part, right? When I thought I banned all 3 healers. So if you look at the box, technically the only other people who can heal would be her and then Yulia a little bit, and also Odious as well. But other than that, no real healer. And I had 3 healer. I didn't get my healers banned, and I got silly. I was hoping maybe he might pick SP Elwyn or someone. Oh, and then I didn't want to deal with Reen, so I did pick second pick Rosenseal. Anyway, so pick ban didn't quite go as the way I planned, and my opponent was able to get some really strong players. And once we get into the game, we'll look at, you know, both sides and see what kind of power difference that I mentioned a little bit earlier. And I really didn't have much firepower against Hilda with what I had left, so I should have picked Arian Rod instead of SP Elwyn, but I did want to use SP Elwyn to buff Lolly Jess. But so I'm gonna start with here. So he did still pick Reem, but I don't think that really mattered. Lots of just really strong, really strong. For me, I really don't have a easy way to brick anything, and I should have went with the AOE route just for the fact that once, you know, Mario changes over, she won't really get much healing. But it didn't really matter because Mario is one of those characters that can snipe, and my opponent has used that to his full advantage. So I have 2 healers, SP Elwyn, Juggler, and T-Jess. And I really don't have an answer on how to beat them. So Pig Ban was definitely horrible. Oh, what is this? It's so slow. Okay, let's get a little quicker there. Oh, that's right. I was gonna say take a look at the comparison. So on my side, I do have a Juggler's been around forever. So 6-star here, 6-star here, 6-star here. That's pretty standard. My T Jessica, as you can see, is 8%. So it's only 4 stars and 8,900 life. Very little life. Very low intel. And my Rosensteel, unfortunately, is still only 20%, which is 5 stars. Compared to my opponent, let's start with his Hilda. 50% restored. That's a 6-star Hilda, and she just came out. And Mario, also 30%, 20%. That's also 6 stars. T-Jess, 15%, 6 stars, and of course 6 stars, 6 stars. So right off the bat, huge power level difference. You know, as I was saying, Echo Life Skin. Not sure. Does she have the chainsaw on this one? Yes, she does. So, anyways, definitely a well in my book when you have the Echo of Life Skin and all 6 stars. Woo, yeah. So inch forward. I still didn't have a answered to beating him. He just setting up. And that breeze basically ended the match for me. Both sides still getting a little closer. And I got a breeze on Juggler, which I thought maybe might help, but for some odd reason, I think that's where my mistake is. Is actually before Elwyn, if I move my Elwyn, none of his characters. Well, Reen was gonna hit me next, but which fine because I had Rosensteel, but she wasn't a. Well, actually, no, I take that back because she has the skill to act again. Right, hold on. Where is it? Right? Am I right? Which skill was it? Not this one. I think was it this one? Spell 2 buffs allow you to move additional. Yeah, that's right. So so I was right. So when she got that breeze, basically allows her to move very close to my team. And with the act again, no matter what, I was gonna he was gonna be able to hit me. So that's why I moved my Elwyn over. But at that point, it didn't really matter because now I was hoping to do something with T-Jess, but you know, because she can snipe, yeah, there wasn't much I can do. I mean, it wasn't gonna kill Juggler or anything. I wasn't afraid. But it's right here when she comes around on the bottom and kill off T Jessica. So there's one of my biggest threat to him is dead. And I wasn't able to kill his Mario. That's just, and because he had, you know, Lancer Soldiers, but that was just sad. I had to jump to make sure I was able to protect my entire team. But unfortunately, his TGS is so strong, and I got one-shotted. Well, not one-shotted, but yeah. The power level difference is too great. However, that doesn't mean we should give up and say, you know, that's it, right? So right after that, I went back in and said, hey, I want to try again. And lucky for me, I was able to play against Maebari again. And let's see how we do differently this time. So I still ban Rose and Seal first. Hilda again. First pick Hilda. I went with Juggler, of course, but this time I banned Mario. I won't be able to ban all his healers, but Mario being able to snipe is definitely a lot bigger threat. I picked Juggler. I think it's the same pattern, same bans from earlier, and he had to pick a healer this time, so I gave him a healer, which is fine. Okay, and that's SP Elvin. I get rid of the TGS, the other overpower, and I still went with Rose and Seal because my opponent still has Reen. He went with Zarita, which is somewhat of a good pick depending on my team. Got rid of Juggler and of course being him able to push, and I went to pick with Betty. Play with someone that they're not familiar with. At least I hope they're not familiar with. And if you look at the pick ban, the opponent was gonna use Yulia because right after he did ban the 2 debuffers, right? Because if he can't debuff or disable or something to Yulia, then you know, she becomes, you know, extremely strong. And you know, SP Elwyn really wouldn't be able to do much to Yulia if she's being protected by Hilda. Got rid of their AoEs and went with Luna. My SP Elwyn and my Arian Rod got banned, and he went with Arian Rod. Which makes a lot of sense because Hilda actually buffs Arian Rod. Yeah, she does, and also plus Florencia, and Zarita can buff herself, and Yulia can be buffed by Florencia with, I believe she has the strengthen skill. On my side, basically Sophia is my buffer, and then yeah, let's see how it goes. So let's see, is this a, yeah, 5. So that's a 6-star Florencia as well. 9,300, that's very high. Anything over 9,000 is very high for Florencia HP. And we already know it's a 6-star. It's a 6-star. Yep. 70. Yep. And then of course 6 stars. And then where's the Rita should be expected. So on my side, I have the 5-star here, and then that's the only, everyone else is 6 stars, and this is a SR unit. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So here comes Zarita with the breeze right off the bat. Oh, another breeze. Wow, that's just, the RNG is crazy in this game. And later on you'll see the RNG actually favors him a lot more, and you know, I'll call it out. So that's 2 breeze so far. So I buffed myself up with Sophia. He buffs them up, holding back. We're kind of, doing another breeze, right? Third breeze. Okay. He's building up his reserves for Florencia. Him coming in, buffing up, ready to do some crazy moves here. I'm just standing my ground because I don't want Yulia to come in and lock me down. Here comes Zarita. What? The heck was that? Wow, look at that. Ice Dragon Breath on Rosenseal. Cool, isn't it? It's one of those things, it's like, I got 2 healers, why don't we play around with it? And it's kind of nice because they are super effective against Lancers. That's a Lancer. And they are they also reduce a block for 1 block, so it really limits Yulia's ability to kind of jump in. So yeah, and let's see what happens now. But just got healed back up and got again on Zarita. Oh no, was that again? Was that hold on, was that a Tenyo Breeze? Yeah, so another breeze, Tenyo Breeze. So yeah, basically she can reach anywhere, any of my units. But I did jump in with Betty to get the heal block on Yulia, and then also on Arian Rod, not so much matter. I also did give him under 70%, which is fine. I didn't really, that wasn't the main thing. I wasn't concerned about Arian Rod, especially with Juggler, and then I also have the heal buff from Rosenseal. But the main purpose of doing that was to make sure Yulia, for now, is not able to jump in and do anything crazy. And also keep in mind that Florencia has already moved, so she cannot remove the debuff. Okay, moving on. Arian Rod coming in, doing some crazy damage, but I just heal right back up, so it's fine. I get a lot of things dispelled, and that's where his mistake was. He attacked me, so by attacking me, I counterattack and broke his 3C, so I was able to jump in, be shocked, and that was the end of Arian Rod. I did get Rosenseal killed off, but it's fine, because what that means is that his Zarita has to come in, right, and is no longer being guarded. And although I didn't secure the Q in Zarita, I was able to then jump in with Juggler and kill Zarita off. So once Zarita is dead, I felt a lot better in being able to manage the situation. And Yulia not being full life due to heal block and clock. Look at that clock again. It's like all these breezes, clocks for what did I get? Nothing. No clock. Yeah, no breeze. Nothing. So this here was kind of nice because she was so low, she wasn't able to heal with her other her talent. Thorns? Look at that, thorns? Oh my god. Look at that RNG on their side. Insane. RNG on my side? Nothing. But it's okay. So now Yulia gets dangerous because she's full life and she have a lot of lives, but But this was the second mistake my opponent has made. So instead of using her Holy Justice on Juggler, she tried to kill Betty instead. And Betty with Crystal Motors are very tanky against magic. And then of course I have Luna here. So yeah, that was the second mistake on my opponent's part. And because I have a sword user, she became a horse. So that was a good play on their side, on his side. I'm shrugging off, especially because Yulia didn't have a attack buff. So here I am trying to just really limit Yulia's ability to heal. I know that it can definitely be healed off and removed by Florencia. But I had to keep the pressure on. But I'm winning, definitely winning by damage. And that AoE heal, that heal after battle really sucks. But so yeah. I did have to use Triton on that turn because all my buffs was gonna be dropped. But now I'm still in water, and because I wasn't in water, because if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't be in water, and that could be very dangerous for Juggler. But once I got my water buff, I was able to, now I can't kill her because she's 6 stars and very tough, but I was able to lock her down. Yeah, and once Hilda is blocked down, then yeah, it's pretty much GG from here. Yeah, and the reason is because Luna will be able to follow up attack on Yulia, and then if I get her low enough, then I would have Betty attack, and remember Betty has a follow-up AoE attack that can kill off Yulia. So yeah, it was definitely interesting, at least in the way where I learned from my mistakes on the pick ban, and RNG completely favored the opponent. However, he made 2 big mistakes which allowed me to win the match. So although my team is extremely underpowered, my box entirely compared to my opponent, but it is possible if you be smart about the pick ban and be patient. Definitely have to be very patient when Whalefishing, because you gotta let them make the mistake, right? They're so confident that they'll be able to just come in and destroy you. Having that extra patience pays off. Okay, so that's all I have to say about Maebari. But this last game is against Mioko, and if you look at this right away, this picture, you can see that's Eco-Light Albedo, and you know, I love my Albedo as well. I'll actually share what my Albedo looks like after the game, I guess. But yeah, I put Reen here, and it's not because Reen has done anything special, but the pick ban here, as I mentioned earlier, is probably one of the most weirdest pick ban that has happened to me this season. So let's take a look at what I mean. So I'm ban Rosen Seal as normal. I got my Rosen Seal ban, and first pick Reen. I was like, okay. My opponent. The good thing is my opponent does have Albedo, Juggler, as well as Hilda. So he has 3 tanks. I only have 2. He has how many healers? He had Rosen Seal and has Florencia as well as Liana. Oh, and of course, young Jessica or Liko can be temporary healers as well. But on my side, I actually only have Liana and Sophia left. Of course, then I can do somewhat of a healing with Liko. So depending on who he or she banned on my side, I was able to counter. And of course, I get rid of Reen's buffers, and I went with Reen. No idea why I did that. I just like, okay, you're gonna ban my Reen, I'm gonna ban your Reen. I mean, you're gonna pick Reen, I'm gonna pick Reen too. So he went with definitely AoE route because already banned my Rosensteel, right? So went with I went with AoE, the AoE debuff route, and I thought, well, I need to be able to do something and not follow him with Bozo, but I went with Zarita because that would allow me to possibly assassinate Bozo. Maybe not Reen, but should be able to assassinate him, her, and him. Maybe, and depending on what the setup for Elvin is, I'll be able to assassinate him as well. But the 3 tanks, of course, you can. But you know, he hasn't picked any tanks yet. Got my tank, one of my tanks, and TJS, and he went with SPL, and it's like, okay, you're going with long leg and you're going with AoE. So I got rid of Juggler and his other long leg, and I went with Ares. So this is a very dangerous combo. So those who recognize it, Zarita with Ares is very, very map controlled. Be able to control their map. So I banned all the healers. I thought I banned healers, and we both picked Hilda on the 4th pick. That's just crazy. They got rid of my AoEs. He picked a healer here, and for some odd reason he left me with Sophia instead of banning my last healer. He gave me Sophia, so I just was completely confused, because if you look at the end result, we both have a tank, 2 AoEs with SP Elwin. Young Jessica can heal and long range, so that's pretty dangerous. But I also have a tank and a healer, complete map control, and I have Reen, which basically there's no way for him to counter that. No, I can't really counter his Reen, so it really depends on whose one hits first, right? But keep in mind, I have map control, so that's exactly what happens. We both move forward. Okay, so let's take a look here. So yep, Echo of Light. I'm not sure if that's Echo. I know. I think that's the one where you spend the 4,000 crystals, but I think that's what it was. And then that's another one where you spend, I think you have to spend 4,000 crystals for that. But anyways, okay, so here we go. Inch forward. So from the get-go, I want map control, so I went with Heart of Alcazar for Zarita, and I did get a breeze, so I have complete map control now. 1, 2, 3 of their characters can be assassinated, and I double checked. SP Elwin did not have bracers, so that's a huge plus for me. That means I can one-shot him with Zarita. So now I have Ares and Zarita up front, complete map control, and he's keep moving back, and I'm pushing him, further and further back. He can't engage. He can't engage me at all. And I make sure I move in a way where and space my character so that his Reen can't hit me. Here comes SP Elwin, and I think he was fishing to dispel my 2-range guard, but unfortunately for him, he took way more damage than I did, and I still had my 2-range guard. Alright, let's just check that real quick. take attack for friendly units within 2 blocks. Yep. So, and I just got all my buffs back from Sophia. Healed back to 100% life. So his Elwyn would not be able to do anything to my team in the immediate, the beginning of this turn, round 3. His Reen is completely useless because he can't hit any of my units. His Bozo can't hit any of my units. My Zarita can hit his. My Ares can hit his. And my Reen is able to hit Hilda as well. If I went in, and then we'll be able to hit their entire team. He retreated within guard range. Move back Hilda so that my Reen can't hit him. But here's the wonderful thing. So, oh yes, Tenyo Breeze on Reen. So I was able to jump straight in and just debuff their entire team. That's just wonderful. Heal reversal on healer and the tank. Up. And now Ares can jump in, finish off the healer. And I've done enough damage where basically Bozo now is gonna die no matter what, because the Reen has used his 3C on him earlier. So no matter what, he's gonna die. Zirida come in, finish off Elwyn. So I have so all my characters. Oh, and then I got a breeze too. So this game, the RNG really favored me, right? 2 breezes on Zarita, Tenyo breeze on Reen. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters with the healer and a tank. And my tank can actually had a breeze on her as well, so she can come all the way here and protect Reen. And yeah, Bozo tried to do something, but because Reen had his 3C, he's gonna die off, so it's 5 against 2. Yeah, not much he can do there. So that's it. That's very bad luck for Mioko with all my on the RNG, but the pick ban was definitely weird. I'm not sure if you agree. Maybe you can share your thoughts. But it was one of the weirdest pick ban fights I ever had. But and on a side note, I do want to mention that the Forbidden. Oh, where is it? Oh, the 14 Battlegrounds has came out. Right after the patch, I was able to come in and complete all of it. I was able to finish all the challenges as well, and I do have to say that even though my Hilda was only 5 stars, she was VIP for both, because she's in the Empire and she's also in Strategic Master, so that really helped. With level 70 difficulty without a tank, it's, I would say, 99% impossible. Maybe some really good player might be able to do it, but I just can't imagine how you do it. They just hit so hard and they have so much range. And then the fourth one was kind of interesting because Princess, I didn't have a normal tank for Princess, so I had to use Sumire for my tank, which my Sumire is only 4 stars, but it was interesting for sure, very interesting. I enjoyed the fights. It was the first one was much easier because it was Legion of Glory, of course, with Leden and SP Elwyn, and Empire was not too bad with Hilda against with SP Elwyn and so forth. But yeah, the fourth one was this one, the level 70, was definitely very challenging indeed. And the last thing I did mention a little bit earlier is sharing about my Albedo. So Albedo is also my joy and pride. She is the top ranking on our servers at the moment, and she is 6 stars. I did spend a lot of time and investment in her. Her stats are not that great. It's decent, 5700, 238 defense with 169 magic defense, and she's definitely a tough cookie. And if you try to single target her, well, good luck. Good luck. And that's pretty much it. I really hope you enjoyed the matches today. If you want to see more of my contents, please show support by subscribing to my channel and give a like and share. Always welcome to share your thoughts as well in the comments below. And I wish you all happy Apex gaming. And aloha.